Hi, everybody. My name's Don Smith. I'm with SSI Consulting, and I'm here today with Bernie Casey, our business strategist. And we're going to be talking about some of the things that business owners or managers can take a look at if they're struggling and, these are particularly hard times for some businesses. So we're just going to take a look at some of the things that they can consider as they work through these challenging times. So hi, Bernie.
Hi, Don.
So we had discussions yesterday, or we're talking yesterday about business owners that are coming to the realization that their business is in serious trouble, right? I guess the question I would have is, what options do the business owners have? They know there's the option of just shutting it down, throwing in the towel. What would you recommend that they do? What things should they consider before they get to that point where they just throw in the towel?
Well, I recall my own career, and one of the things that rings a little bit in my ears during difficult times, you have to redefine success. Success during good times is, a lot of profit and good cash flow and growth. But perhaps during these trying times, redefinition might be that survival is success. So you might be saying, okay, well, if I could survive another 2 years, then things will be more normal and I can get going again and kind of bring back that success that I had previously. And there's a lot of truth to that. But you do have to have a bit of enthusiasm to make that happen. I think two of the traits that are really important in business are this idea of stick-to-itiveness, this idea of hanging in there and working hard, but also determination. You have to be extremely determined because people are always saying you can't do it, and you have to defy that. So on top of that is enthusiasm, that juice that you had when you started your business. You have to find that again and make it happen that way, with a lot of effort. And I think sometimes people forget that. They get into a lull where they just kind of go along and the business provides, and the old expression, if you take care of the business, it'll take care of you. Well, there's a lot of truth to that, of course. And they just kind of coast along, but you need more than coasting when you're in serious trouble.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a challenge, though, for business owners or people in general. When things are going south and things are tough, to get that enthusiasm back. So, have you got any tips that have worked for you in the past, like that? Or is it just a really individualized thing?
Well, you're faced with an alternative. The alternative is you have to make some serious decisions, whether you turn your business into a real estate deal. Like if you own property and your business is situated on a property, you might just sell the property and it might be worth more than the actual business. So there's an exit strategy for you. Or you might be able to convert the business from what it is to something totally different in the same location, in the same building, whatever it is. Or you may just reinvent the business and change it significantly enough to handle the current issues in society, the changes in trends and so on that are occurring right now. So given those alternatives, enthusiasm might be a good thing to ride the storm, so to speak, for the next year or two, and then go from there. Or maybe not. Maybe you need a decision and you need to try an exit strategy.
So what are your thoughts on a person reaching out to someone else, like a mentor or a coach, to help generate that enthusiasm, maybe bounce some things off them and come up with some new ideas? Like your whole point about reinventing it, right? There's the old saying, if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you always got, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes people, I think, get into a rut where they only do what they know, right? And it might not be the best thing.
The outsider offers a different view on things, to challenge you, to bring out some of the thoughts in you that maybe you've pushed aside, or to usually the best ideas come from the workers and the people that run the businesses, but uh, they
Yeah,
don't necessarily act on them, and so that's why you need somebody outside to kind of come in and really look at things in a different way and offer a lot of new ideas, so you can farm those ideas and you can find which ones work best. And so there is a lot of potential benefit from mentoring or coaching
but there's
for
also
a short period of time.
there's also the accountability factor too, though, right? Sometimes
That is
people
true.
need somebody to just sort of kick their ass once in a while, so to speak, and just let them
Yeah,
know that, you know, if you're going to make a change, you've actually got to do the work, right?
it's more like scheduling. It's like yeah, you could call it accountability, but it's creating a very tight schedule and trying to live with it, and making enough, putting enough meat in that schedule that it's going to create some outcomes. Sometimes we have all these great ideas, but they just don't go anywhere because we don't have time for them, or we don't make time for them. And so that additional labor that's provided by a coach or a mentor is helpful in bringing those ideas farther along.
So we've talked a little bit about the I guess the attitude of the business owner, and you know, looking for outside help. You also mentioned about looking for inside help.
Hmm.
You know, the employees have good ideas sometimes.
Well, we
Uh,
have to pull those ideas from them. Like, we don't listen. We have to have meetings and treat them
yeah,
right, and listen to those ideas and write them down, and we have to kind of, like a process of elimination. You know, some ideas are terrible, but you know, you at least have to discuss them and maybe
well, there
show
might be
why
the
they're
seed of a really good idea in a really bad
possibly.
idea, right? Are there any other thoughts that you have in terms of, you know, things are tough?
Well, to go back to that enthusiasm and just
Yeah,
elaborate a little,
yeah,
you know, when you start a business, you work hard, long hours, you're
yeah,
extremely creative, you've got a lot of energy and excitement, and
yeah,
that's pretty transparent to everyone, to
yeah,
employees and customers and so on and so forth. And as I said, as the business goes along, that tends to settle down. So
yeah,
when the business runs into trouble, you know, due to difficulties outside your control, uh, maybe you have to find that excitement again that
yeah,
existed when you started the business, in order to continue it to a new path of success. And
yeah,
if you can't do that, if you just can't do that, maybe you should get out of the business, because
yeah,
you will ultimately fail if try to get through extremely difficult times without enthusiasm is kind of a all you're doing is going farther away from success, and you're
yeah,
just prolonging the inevitable.
yeah,
So you're better off saying, okay, I can't do this, and I should try to figure out how to get out of it now before it gets worse.
yeah. All right, so I think we're out of time now. So thank you very much, Bernie. And for our viewers, please click on the links below to have a look at Bernie's biography on the SSI site, and send us any comments or questions that you have, and we will respond to them. So thank you very much. Have a great day.